Welcome to Bailey Reserve for the reserve grade grand final between Brighton and Barossa. Both teams just lining up with the officials in the middle. Today we have referee Tristan Clements with his ARs Phil Jones and Guillermo Garcia. I'm Steph Redman, and the weather forecast has improved slightly since 10 o'clock this morning. We're currently sitting at 15.5 degrees, overcast and a bit of wind coming in. So Barossa playing left to right on the field in the pink and black strip, up versus Brighton in the black and yellow. Just about set for a start here. Players just taking their position. And the whistle goes, kicking out to the left, just going 10 and running in directly into touch. We'll start off with a Brighton line out. So Brighton ball within the first minute of play. Teddy Edwards throwing to a full line by the look of it. Up off the top, taken cleanly by Lee Hunter, but not straight with the call. So first line out, first scrum within the first minute of the game. Barossa feed, 12 metres into Brighton territory. Let's see how the lineups go for a scrum. So very experienced pack for Brighton. Very mobile, good ball runners. Not quite sure what the Barossa pack will bring, but they've been consistent all year, hence them being in the finals. So we'll have a scrum reset. So solid platform, going off the back for Barossa, making some good metres. Looking for runners. Head down into traffic. Quick recycle. So, biggest number 9 I've seen ever, wearing 24. Dan Crosby. Had a look either way and decided to take it himself. Barossa just losing a couple of metres here. Pick and go again, but a little knock forward. Brighton recycle out to Collier. Puts boot to ball. Sends it back into Barossa 10 metre line. And a try-saving ankle tap there by Jeff O'Hearn, putting the Barossa player into touch right on halfway. Teddy Edwards thrown again. Kai Wilson, number 1 on the line out. Brighton have gone to a 5-man line out, straight into John Williams. In and up. Passing to no man's land from Collier, nicely taken by Aidan Flynn. Shrugs off the first player and the second. Massive leg drive, takes him up over the halfway. Collier, quick ball out to Big Mike. Recycled again to Wilson. Took that a little bit upright and was well tackled. Very slow. Collier hands on ball. Slow up to Aidan Flynn. Runs it into traffic. Little right step. Still under penalty advantage. Teddy Edwards taking taking it up to the 10-metre line. Collier out to Cam Smith, out to Mike Ratahui. Late flat ball to Jeff O'Hearn, who was met by a wall of pink and black. So we're coming back for a not rolling penalty into the 4th minute. Discussions being had all round. Shot signalled. Ryan Fisher lining up with a horrendous blonde mop of hair he's sporting today. So 4.5 minutes into this reserve grade final at Bailey Reserve. Ryan Fisher, number 6, lining up from 42 metres out on the angle. Bit soft underfoot. We'll see how he goes. Short lineup and nice strike. Flags go up. First points to Brighton. Ryan Fisher puts it over for 3. Hello. You are Fraser. Too late. Quick restart, cleanly taken by Lee Hunter. Well manhandled by the Barossa forwards coming through. Collier up to Glancy, out to recycled again. Paul Moynihan bounced out of the first tackle, centres himself back in field, still going with a leg drive, finally taken to ground. Brighton players over the ball, but a good drive through by the Barossa players. Moynihan going again, offloads to Selwyn Nunu, steps off the left foot into a pink and black wall. Collier recycling out to John Williams, doesn't mind ball in hand, takes it into contact. Clean reset, quick play. Out the back, Cam Field, chips through, chases on for Elliot Booth.
Up by Save, right at the back there, well met by Brighton, and it's gone into touch.
So Brighton line out on the 10-metre line, Barossa territory. It's been a to and fro sort of first 5 minutes of the game.
Yes.
It's been a couple of turnovers, a few scrums, a couple of line-outs.
Yep.
Haven't seen a penalty. Oh, we've seen one penalty for Brighton. Quick line-out taken. Fisher running in centre field.
Well met by the Rams again. Good clean out by Brighton.
Out to Glancy, up to Mike Ratahui. And
a good tackle by Cookie, the Barossa Rams outside centre.
Hardline run on the inside for Williams, but ball out the back to Aidan Flynn. Taken to ground, recycled again up to Lee Hunter. Making it just short of the 22. Quick ball again. Going to be a pick and go from Brighton. Big Mike taking it just over the 22. Quick recycle again, getting the leg drive going. Finally taken to ground. Looking to go again, it'll be Big Mike, supported by Teddy Edwards.
Good pressure building here by Brighton.
There is. 5th or 6th phase. Little short ball from Glancy into Aidan Flynn.
And penalty to the Rams.
Too slow for the clean out.
Rams do like a good quick tap, but it's been slowed down, and I reckon we'll go for the sideline for a line-out.
Discussions there between the number 9 and referee Clements. And ball into touch onto the roof.
Yep, good touch finder by Save, fullback.
It's what, 5 metres short of the 10-metre line. Whole field to play with, really, isn't it?
Absolutely. Rams still under a little bit of pressure if they can sort of get into Brighton's half. You see hopefully a little bit of Rams magic.
An easy, clean ball down the back. Quick recycle.
Good run there by Dan Crosby and an offload. Straight up the middle.
It's a maul ball. There'll be a loss forward there, not seen though. Jeff O'Hearn on the ball.
Great pressure
Towed through,
by
but
Brighton.
The knock-on finally called. So we'll have a scrum Brighton ball. Centre field, 45 to the try line in Barossa territory. So Simo, what's it looking like for the Rams side today?
They've actually been very, very good this whole year. There's been lots of close games. I think it's one apiece for Rams and Brighton throughout the season. So they've had some very good, tough matches there. I think the only thing the Rams got to really look out for today is a bit of discipline.
Yep.
We've had more than a few cards this year, but
I think that's been across the board on a lot of sides, though. I think the officiating this year has been to the letter of the law. It hasn't been. It's been good. It's been fair. It's been consistent.
It has been consistent.
Like all sides have come foul of their own discipline.
Absolutely. I think the last time we played down here at A. Bailey, we had 6 players sent off. Well, 6 yellow cards and 1 player sent off. So
wow, that's a big day at the office.
That was a very big day at the office. But
so good leg drive by Barossa. Sloppy ball again for Brighton. Ball's been egged by Canfield. Collier digging it out. Up to Lee Hunter.
Well,
good leg drive again.
Right.
And Brighton will be lucky to get this back here. Finally, ball comes back. Sam Glancy. Oh, that was an interesting looking tackle by the big number 5. Quick recycle. Out to Hunter. Out to John Williams. Wide ball to Selwyn Nunu. Goes in and out. Pops it up again and into touch. Yeah, well, let's hope we don't see a card fest today then.
Absolutely, that would be fantastic if we can keep 15 men on the park at all times.
It does help,
it very much so does. We'll have a good contest today, I believe.
Yep, so what are we in the 12th minute? 3-0 score still.
How have Brighton prepared for today?
They've been going all right, actually. They've had a couple of training runs.
Yeah, bit messy by the Rams there. Ball. Angus Cosatoro cleaning up at the back there. Just looking to reset and set a good platform.
Nice little box kick there. Man coming through at pace. Travis Collier clean on the ball.
And offside, looks like by Brighton, so it's a Rams penalty. You're looking for a good clearance kick out and get some territory back.
Oh, nearly got him. The old out the back of the hand pass from the number 9, nearly copped the ref.
We've got a few welcome additions this year with a few Fijians coming our way, which has been good.
Nice little chip kick. Straight at the cameraman who deflected that nicely. Didn't actually gain too much distance out of that, like a 10-metre gain. So 5 metres outside the 22. Rams ball. We've got 5 in the line out. I'm saying they're going to go 2. Yep. Quick off the top. Inside outside ball.
Good tackle.
Great tackle there by Kai Wilson. Sam Glancy, sorry.
Another box kick by Amori. The Rams 9. Not much pressure by the Rams though.
Finally cleaned up by Elliot Booth. Hops off the right foot. Slow ball. Camfield in at halfback. Up to Kai Wilson. Still playing the left-hand side.
Good tackle by Semi off the wing.
So pick and go, Lee Hunter. Makes a metre. Teddy Edwards met solidly. Barossa will have to be careful with their diving through there. John Williams shows and goes. Selwyn Nunu, great basketball.
Got away. Well done.
And foot into touch. Yeah, it's a great bit of basketball there. Selwyn has very nimble little feet.
He did very well then. Very
unlucky
well done.
to find the touchline there.
Absolutely. Did very well to hold his feet.
Tried to get skinny, but hey. So another Rams line out right on the 10-metre line.
Hopefully we can retain a bit of possession and build a bit of pressure and get down into Brighton's half from here.
Messy ball off the top. Cleaned up by Brighton. Slow out the back to Aidan Flynn running at the 10 channel. He's got a Barossa anchor around his leg. Finally taken to ground. So slow ball for Collier.
Very slow.
Out to Moynihan, shows.
Good tackle.
Gets drilled in a tackle. Brighton over the top. Quick reset. Collier coming back centre field. Teddy Edwards up to Kai Wilson. Met two Barossa players. Finally gets to ground. Slow again for Collier. Arms out by Clements. Through the hands. O'Han up over the 22.
Defence holding here for the Rams. Out the back to Brighton.
Collier up to Teddy Edwards, who's made 5 metres into the 22. Out to Cam Field. Bounce passes.
Loose ball to the wing.
Nunu has to wait for it. Flicks the ball in. Messy. And the whistle has gone. We'll come back for...
Is that a penalty?
I think it's a penalty centre field.
Yeah, gets to pick. Those 2 penalty infringements there.
Another discussion between the Brighton members as to what's going to happen. But for me, I'd say they'll take the 3 points.
That's what I would be doing too. The Rams got to be careful around this area with penalties. Penalty count can be quite high sometimes for the Rams down this area. So they need to be very careful with the discipline.
Referee Tristan Clemens is having a chat with your number 5 again by the look of it, and the captain. Who's your captain out there today?
That is David Wright, and he has played 3 or 4 different states in Australia. He used to be a Brumby runner, so he's been a much welcome addition to our club. He leads very well from the front, very well spoken.
Wearing 4 though.
Wearing 4 because
just for the confusion factor.
The jerseys that were distributed this year were ill-fitting.
Ill-fitting. For larger frame people.
Exactly. I think the original prop jersey that came out was able to fit Joe Crouch, our number 10.
Oh, perfect.
So
yes.
Joe Crouch doesn't have much to him, but that just goes to show you how big that number 1 jersey was.
So a miss from Ryan Fisher back to the 22 for a dropout. Centre field kick and players in front. I think he singled out the winger.
It's very silly.
Nothing wrong with being keen and eager, but yeah, you've got to stay behind the kicker. I think
Absolutely.
That's the rule.
Now Brighton have got an excellent opportunity here to capitalise on some good territory and good pressure.
Yeah, centre field scrum on the 22s has options both ways.
Absolutely.
Brighton's sent all 5 backs out to the right. So for me, it'd be a number 8 pick going blind.
It wouldn't surprise me, to be honest.
No, we've gone open.
We've gone to the right.
Quick hands. Trying to get a bit of width on. Cam Field crashing it up. Over the gain line, finally taken to ground. Good clean out. Collier digging the ball out. Up to Ryan Fisher. Trying to make amends for that miss. Quick recycle. Up to Lee Hunter. Crunching into the first player. Sending him reeling back. Makes an extra couple of metres. Collier digging it out himself. Going, slipping.
No halfback.
So this will be Brighton pick and go, I'd say.
There they go.
Big Mike.
Well met.
A wall of pink and black. Boys going again. Kai Wilson inching closer and closer to their posts. We'll look for a shift ball here. Probably go out one wider.
They've got numbers off to the left.
And they've gone
here.
to the backs.
Pass.
Wide to Paul Moynihan. Solidly met in the tackle. And
whistle
goes for the try. Paul Moynihan. First 5-pointer for Brighton.
That was a very well worked try. They didn't lose patience at all. They capitalised very well on pressure and territory.
Good vision. They set up for the pick and go, and then they had a shift placement set with another pot of forwards and send it out the back to the backs, and a nice wide crisp ball from Cam Field hit Moynihan on the chest, and he still had a bit of work to do, eh?
He sure did. It's just a very good team try, that one.
It was well worked.
It was very well done.
And there seems to be some sort of AR call, so the captain's been called out again, and one of the Rams players,
it'd be Cookie Spencer, the outside centre for the Rams. So as I've been saying, discipline is key here for the Rams. There's now been a couple of talking to, so the Rams need to be very, very careful, I believe.
Yep. So I'd say Rams are probably on their final warning. As Fisher's got the ball lined up, a metre in from touch. It's on a nice patch of ground there, so it should be solid underfoot.
Not an easy kick with a stiff breeze blowing down.
Not an easy kick for me any day. So lining up, great strike.
And that's gone through for the extras.
Yep.
Beautiful kick.
Great kick from the sideline there by Ryan Fisher. 20th minute, Brighton 10, Barossa zip. So looking down your team list, they're all the players on the page, on the correct page?
Yeah.
We've got a couple of name withheld.
Name withheld. I'll have a look here.
So you've got 15 and 4.
So 15 is Save Kwaramoto.
Glad you can say it.
I hope I pronounced that correctly. And number
Fijian boys. Oh.
Yes. And number 4
is your captain, isn't it?
Captain Dave Wright.
Dave Wright?
Yes.
Wait.
So Save has been very strong at the back for the Rams this year. He's got a big boot on him. He's got very good vision. Very dangerous player.
Nice.
So give him the ball in open space and you can watch the magic flow.
I'm pretty sure he'd probably create space.
He does a lot of things.
The Fijians, they have 5 side steps on a postage stamp and they're gone, don't they?
Give him an inch and they'll take a mile.
Yeah, they do.
Every single one of them.
So Brighton scrum. Collier coming out to the left. Up to Cam Field. Fends off the first player.
Williams
punches
up.
a kick through.
And that's just gone out, just outside, 5 metres outside the 22.
And a late hit.
Have a penalty.
Late hit. And
So a little bit of frustration is seeping into this Ram side.
yeah, I think they probably need to play their natural game.
Absolutely.
And it won't be an issue, I wouldn't have thought.
No.
But referee Clement's having another chat.
Can't quite see who that is.
12.
It's that Terrence.
Terrence, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, no arms in the tackle. Or not finding touch, Brighton.
It's well picked up by Simi.
And he's just
A little up and
punched
over.
it. Oh, don't let it bounce, Brighton. But finally cleaned up by Big Mikey. Finally goes to ground. Ball out slowly up to Hunter. And heading back out open side. Or a bit of a greasy patch in the middle. A couple of players losing their footing. Brighton still making metres. Quick ball out. Field cuts back in. Grounded short of the 22. Back to the left again. Collier to Moynihan. Great leg drive. He's about a metre short of the 22. Back out to the right. Out to Fisher.
Well met there by David Wright, bringing him down.
And a bit of a snatch at it by Wilson and turnover.
And this is where the Rams can be very dangerous. Open space, one-on-ones. That's where it is. Semi running down the sideline. Tips ahead. He's got a lot of pace, this guy. Unlucky. Amori toes it through. Well, it'll probably be one of the first times the Rams has been down into the Brighton territory. Quick tap here by the Rams. Taken quickly.
I think referee's playing advantage for Brighton not being back 10, but maybe not. No, the arm's gone down. It might have been just pointing to say stay on side. So quick hands again, out across towards the face of the posts.
There's space out to the left. If they can take it out to the left, there might be a try on here. And they've gone back the wrong way. Joe Crouch well met there under pressure.
So Brighton defence stoic at this stage. Wide ball out to Dave Wright. Muscles up.
Setting a platform. There's still room off to the left here if they can shift it out.
Ball and all tackle by Cam Field.
And
arm goes out.
Bit messy there by the Rams. Well defended by Brighton.
Just a cheeky arm for somebody that was still down in the ruck, grabbing hold of the half there by the look of that.
Absolutely. I think they'll go for another cheeky tap and off they go. Good run by David Wright. Just to the left of the post there.
So it looks like they're about a metre short. Wide left.
Off to the left, Save Kuramoto. Gets it out, taken by Brighton.
Stripped by Moynihan, who sends a boot into it and takes it about 5 shy of the 22. Barossa still hard on attack. Great field placement for this line-out.
Hopefully we can build on something here. It's just a little bit of white line fever there by the Rams, not utilising the space out to the left properly.
I think a couple of the players, ball would have beaten the man and Barossa would have been in there.
I reckon they could have been too, just into the corner. Peter Muchamore about to throw this line out in. Straight back out again.
Spoiling. Bouncing back into touch, so we'll reset the line out. It looks like Brighton are going to contest again. And we're going back in for a full one out now.
Looks like it, yeah.
They're going to go the drive ball.
They might. Yep, they're going for the
no jump drive.
I'm not sure if that was intentional or
not.
I
don't think so. But hey, effective. They gain an extra 5 metres.
They have.
Become stagnant now. Sure they'll be told to use it.
Yep, Maul's come to a halt and backs ball off to the right here.
Standing in the tackle.
This is where these Fijians are so good. They can just hold their feet and get the offloads out. And
they do. They're synonymous for it. They're right. Crashing into the Brighton pack.
Peter Muchamore straight in as well. Another Brighton wall. Angus Cosatoro. Never turns up to training, but he still somehow knows what's going on.
Group chats are amazing things, aren't they? So Barossa, quick ball.
Good pressure here by the Rams building.
Barossa needs a bit of heads up. They need to look out, spot the mismatches. If they went back left, they'd have 6 on 4.
We've got plenty of speed on the wings, so I think we need to utilise that.
I think the Rams are coming in to muscle it up. They're going to go forward ball, forward ball, forward ball. Arms come out.
Now's the time to use the backs. It's got to be a quick ball out to the back.
There's the first one. Bounce pass out into the centre channels. Collier out there.
Off to Terrence. He's a hard man to put down, Terrence. He got that down. There's awarded the try under the post. Well hit back by the Rams. And that's Terrence Farisi crashing over for the Rams, I believe. As I said, he's a hard man to put down.
Solid set of quads on the man. Leg drive all the way up to the post and assisted over by a couple of Rams players. First points on the board for Barossa. 10-5 Brighton over Barossa.
And Joe Crouch will be kicking for the extras. All these Fijians that have come to the Rams this year, they're all very fit boys. They've, as I said earlier, they've been a very welcome addition to our club. They've breathed a bit of fresh air into the team, which has been great.
Yep. I think, they wouldn't need to be doing a lot of fitness for training.
No.
They're naturally fit people anyway.
Absolutely they are.
And the extra 2 put over by Crouch.
Adding the extras.
For 10-7 in the 31st minute here at Bailey Reserve. Brighton over the Barossa Rams. Cam Field for the restart back at halfway.
Let's see who can hold on to the momentum.
So, nice.
Well caught by Moji. Rams flanker. Up to the back for the try scorer, Terrence. There was a bit of hands there in the ruck, I believe. Out the back.
So hitting and spinning, taking it up closer to halfway. Wide ball.
Back to Terrence. Intercepted by the winger from Brighton.
Selwyn Noonan, right place, right time. And then the clear out coming from Barossa. Picked up again by Moynihan. Teddy Edwards in at halfback. Sends it out 1. So John Williams still leg drive. Makes another 5 metres. Slow ball for Collier. Out. Camfield offload to Big Mike. Spins in the first tackle up towards the 22. Collier going backwards. Offloads to Moynihan, getting shunted sideways across the field for another phase. Collier looking left, looking right, out to Fisher. Fisher off the left and takes it up to the 22. Teddy Edwards met double tackles. Ball sitting there. Out to Lee Hunter. Only knows one way, that man.
Loose ball there.
Big Mike's a hard man to put down, so well done there, the Rams. Aidan Flynn, good young prospect.
Bumped a few of the boys off.
He's one solid young man, that boy. First year seniors this year and has made his name. Kai Wilson, grass cutter. So Barossa is going to need to maintain their discipline here. The arms out.
Brighton's had to go digging for that ball, but too slow. Not rolling away, maybe. And it looks like Peter Muchamore has just stayed down.
The hooker?
That's the hooker. He won't come off.
I think he's probably having a well-earned rest. It's been 33 minutes of mayhem out there.
Absolutely. It's been
end to end, side to side.
It's been great. It's what's so good about grand final day. There's a little something extra in the air.
There's a little bit of something in extra. Everybody's blood, isn't there? Cross that line, and all you want to do is get that medal around your neck.
Absolutely. It's the ref having another chat to David Wright.
Appears that way.
Rams have to be very, very careful. This is the red zone. Don't want to see any cards. It seems as though it's just another warning. And it looks like Brighton's going for a tap.
Travis Collier setting up. Surprised they haven't brought out the old-fashioned wall there. But Ryan Fisher's taking the ball. Looks like we're going to have another shot at goal.
That would be the correct decision at this stage in the match. Only a minute to go in the first half, and
tight game at 10-7. So Fisher line up just on the left-hand upright. He'll be looking forward to adding another 3 points. Slots it through nicely. Sends it just about over the back fence into the playground.
Brighton just keeping that scoreboard ticking over very nicely. It's a nice little reply after that try from the Rams.
So back to halfway for the restart. Sends it down 22. Sam Glancy takes the ball.
Beating a couple.
Offloads to Aidan Flynn. Up to the 10-metre line. Getting driven back in a great tackle. Ball available. Out to Hunter. Puts on a bit of footwork. Takes it just short of the halfway line. Great. Oh, ball nearly turned over there by Barossa. I think first hands on the ball for Abdu Falau. John Williams,
a couple of dummies,
shapes up to pass but goes himself. So Brighton into Barossa territory.
Good hit.
Wilson up over the 10-metre line, taken to ground finally. Quick recycle, brings it back to the left to Edwards. Up to Williams again. Change of play back out to Big Mike.
Well met by Angus.
Solid hit there by Angus. Kai Wilson setting his body shape nice and low for that one, make an extra few metres. Quick ball again, out to Cam Field. Shows, doesn't pass.
Just grabbed by the bootlaces there, it looks like.
Probably should have given that. Great bounce off by Ryan Fisher. Still rolling up, rumbling it forward. Quick little pick and go out to the right. Back to the left was Wilson, supported there by Lee Hunter. Sam Glancy having another pick and go. So Brighton making slow inroads, but making them.
Some great face play though. Good hands.
Great hands.
Another
Jeff
tackle.
Ahern stepping out of 2 tackles, but finally met by 3 Barossa players. Being driven back on the ball and not releasing.
And to the Rams. Set off the feet, hands on the deck there. So Rams will probably tap this and put it straight out to touch. And we'll go to half time.
Oh, I think they're playing the line out by the look of that.
It looks like they are playing the line out. I'm not sure if they realise, but it's still not half time yet. Better play the line out.
We're playing, yeah. So just outside the 22 for Barossa. 5, 6, 5-man line out.
Straight up to Mini, and not straight is the call, and I believe that will be half time.
No, we're having the scrum. So scrum called 15 in, a metre outside the 22.
Did they play the stoppages? Is there any stoppages in reserve grade?
Pass? I don't believe so.
I thought it was just Premier grade, so
perhaps it's grand final day.
Maybe
35 plus time on, so we'll have a scrum anyway in the 38th minute.
Just outside the 22, and we'll see if Brighton can add some more points to their tally.
They'll be looking looking for a nice, solid scrum platform here. A decent blindside with Selwyn Nunu just loitering directly behind the scrum. Travis Collier may pick and go. No, clean ball, straight out. Camfield passes
Taken to the line.
late to Ahern.
And the Rams have yet another penalty.
And just the support wasn't there for Jeff Ahern. It's twice in a row now. He's been denied the opportunity to get that ball back.
And now it's the tap and kick out.
So it was an entertaining first half of this reserve grade final. 12-7 Brighton over Barossa Rams. There's been a lot in that.
It's a very tight game. It's a try apiece and 2 penalties to Brighton.
To Brighton, yep.
I believe that would be 13-7.
Should be 13-7, yep.
But I think we've got the
13-7 on the scoreboard, but as it says on the screen here, 12-7, but yeah, 13-7.
So we'll see what happens in the second half. Hopefully we bring much of the same energy and intensity that we've seen here in the first.
Yeah. We'll be back. So welcome back to Bailey Reserve for the second half of the Reserve Grade final between Brighton and Barossa. I'm Steph Redmond, joined by Simo for Barossa. So we've got 35 minutes to play in this game. It's been a torrid first half, 13-7 the score.
Good intense first half.
Had some moments where it could have just split open either way, but the defence for both sides has been pretty stoic, hasn't it?
It's been a great game so far. There's been some good hits out there. There's been some good running. Very last minute ditch tackles out
hasn't
there
there
as
been?
well.
Yeah, there's been tries. Well, the boys are out there playing for sheep stations.
Yeah.
There's no more games after this week.
Absolutely not.
So Cam Field gets us underway, sends it down.
And that's Moji taking that. Another hard man to bring down.
Selwyn Nunu around his bootlaces. So just met behind the gain line, but a leg drive gets him going forward. Quick pick and go there by Dave Wright. Makes another couple of metres. Quick recycle out the back. Floated across the front. A little knock on there. And the whistle goes.
Yeah, not a good pass out there from Joe Crouch. Just a little bit too far in front.
I've been caught in the wind, maybe. Wind's just picked up here.
The wind has just picked up and the temperature's dropped a couple of degrees.
So hopefully it stays dry. That would be nice.
Well, we're fine sitting where we are, but
Absolutely.
Yeah, the players might enjoy it staying dry. Shout out to our listeners listening here, there and everywhere. Keep getting constant messages from Nick Day over in WA. He always loves a shout out, just to be acknowledged. We're just having a couple of technical difficulties here.
Just hit the cameraman.
So Brighton scrum. Collier digs it out the back to Cam Field, runs crossfield, drops the ball into Jeff O'Hearn, who's met by two Barossa players.
Well met. Coming back out to the right here. Brighton on the front foot. Good leg drive. Almost a pilfer there, and it is. Peter Muchamore had rights to that ball, and Brighton gets pinged for not releasing. That was very well done by the Rams hooker.
So Clarence not finding touch and sends it infield. Cleaned up at the back by Elliot Booth. Looks to go across.
He's cleaned up his mess there.
Pass out the back to Abdu Falau. Off to Paul Moynihan, who hits and spins. Sends it wide to Kai Wilson. Trucking it up to halfway.
Good tackle there by Joel Hellman.
Trying to egg the ball, but it's going to get turned over here.
It's turned over again. Knock on.
So Brighton scrum.
I think we're back.
So Brighton scrum 1 metre into Barossa territory. It's I don't think it's the best patch of grass to be on out there, but we'll see how steady the scrum holds up. So it doesn't appear to be any changes for Brighton at half-time. How about the Rams?
It doesn't look like any changes at all have been made for the Rams either. It seems like the starting lineup's still out there.
So great vantage point for us to check out the scrum.
And it's a good-looking
steady
scrum.
Platform. Ball's in by Collier. Both sides holding. Ball's at the back. Out to field. Sends a Hail Mary pass. Cleaned up finally by Elliot Booth.
It's a risky pass in the wind there too.
Wasn't it? He either holds onto it or sends passes like that. So Ryan Fisher trying in for a bounce tackle, but stopped in his tracks. Up to Aidan Flynn off the...
almost holds onto that. Rams ball.
So
we use the space here.
For Rams, they'll take on Brighton. So up over the 10 metre line.
Cody just taken down there. Building another platform here.
So Barossa ball out 10 channel. So stripped in the tackle by...
Rams would be very disappointed with that. Not securing their own breakdown. Well met in defence.
So Aidan Flynn loves ball in hand, takes it up 5 metres short of halfway, out to Moynihan, inside ball to Sam Glancy, monstered on the halfway line by Barossa. Quick ball, Selwyn Nunu into halfback. John Williams shows and goes, tries to be stripped in the tackle. Slow ball back, Collier looking, puts a little chip kick over the top to no man's land, and it's going to run.
And Savo's going to mop that up. He's got a bit of time, so he'll clear this.
He's going to take on
run
Bright.
it, and
that was forward. Clements is right there though, so said it was good. And an ankle tap there by Sam Glancy. So Barossa,
and a
little
boxing
chip over
charge
the top,
down.
charged down. Arms are out.
And charged again.
And Brighton offside.
King for offside. And the Rams just need to settle it down a little bit here and just start playing a more controlled game. And that's just gone out about 5 metres short of the halfway line for a Rams line-out throw. The scrums have been excellent today, though.
They have been, haven't they?
They've been very even in the forward pack.
The scrums haven't gone anywhere. 2 solid platforms, and both sides are getting some nice clean balls. So Barossa again off the line out.
Off to Moji and stripped again. The Rams player not rolling away here. If he's not careful, he's going to give away a penalty.
Yeah.
And there goes the arm.
Comes out. Well milked by Brighton there though. Biggest halfback in the world, Big Mike. Muscles it up to the 10. Collier has a go himself.
He's met
Makes
by
another
Joe
couple.
Crouch. Good gain line there by Brighton.
So Lee Hunter, ball back, it's nice and slow, hands on Ryan Fisher, looks both ways, comes out to the right. Barossa players going nice and low in the tackle. Big Mike shows for an inside ball for Jeff O'Hearn, decides to go himself, tucks it under his arm and makes it up under the 22.
Takes too many
Collier
hands plays.
up to Wilson, offloads to Aidan Flynn, met by 2 Barossa players. And an awesome tackle. Slow ball out to Fisher. He'll go straight ahead.
He's gone too high. Peter Muchmore, way too high. Off to the right they go. There's plenty of space out here. The winger unmarked. And he's in for the corner.
That's Selwyn Nuno over the far side scoring that.
I believe it was. That was a very good try from Brighton. They looked up, they saw where the space was, saw that the Rams were short out to their left, and they took advantage of the extra number and scored a very well worked try in the corner there.
Yeah, I think it was just build up a pressure there for Brighton. Looking both sides of the breakdown, coming backwards and forwards, and then use their width. And Selwyn Nuno over in the corner.
He's got some wheels, that kid, as well.
Oh, classy. He is all class, that kid. He chuck him in the back line with the Rams boys, and he wouldn't be out of place out of there. They'd all be doing circle work everywhere and confusing the hell out of anybody that was standing in front of them. Just the ability of some people to turn on the footwork is leaves me for dead every time. So
yeah, I used to be able to do that many moons ago.
Mine was a very faded moon.
And the conversion unsuccessful.
I think it was a slip in the kick, and it's just dribbled up towards the try line. So score remains unchanged. 18-7, Brighton over Barossa.
The Rams need to tidy up a few things. They just need to be a bit tighter around that breakdown, hold on to a few tackles, and come up off the line, it looks like.
Sure does. I reckon they'll get there, though. Quick restart, sends it back down to Fisher. So shout out to those online that are watching us. The 2021 Don Smith medalist, Reece Gerd. Hello, mate. Good to see you online. So Abdu Falau just manhandled into touch there, so Barossa line out.
Not a bad outcome off that kickoff. Just good pressure. Hopefully the Rams can do something with this here.
So they're in a great position here.
They are.
2 ball, straight down off the top, clean out
Straight to Dan Crosby. To Peter Muchamore off the back, and absolutely hammered there. And out to Joe Crouch, to Terrence. Over the top pass to Save. Messy ball. Out to Semi.
Oh, but
he's broken the tackle. He's made good. He stepped out on the far side there.
It was a desperate tackle there from Ryan Fisher, just
was.
putting him into touch. Shout out to the boys in Yenda. Chris Moorehead finally out of his tractor, watching a bit of code here down in South Australia. Hello, mate. Good to see you watching. So Brighton ball, Teddy Edwards throwing in. John Williams clean off the top, down to Travis Collier. Inside ball, Fisher to Selwyn Nunu, the try scorer, up over the halfway. Quick ball, quick replay. Big Mike picking on. Trying to retire. Ball dribbles out the side, and we're going to have the offside penalty.
And a penalty given. Yes, it does look right for offside there. And a big shout out to all the Fijian supporters here for the Rams as well.
I'm sure they're telling the ref what's what, but hey, we'll let them go to it. They're very vocal and enjoying their day.
They love it. They've been a much welcome addition as well, hearing them screaming at every match they come to.
Oh, the excitability for them is great.
They love it.
Good supporters are great. It lifts the boys.
It lifts everybody.
It does. And we've got a substitution, Abdu Falau being replaced by Absalom, an under-18 and number 23. Says he's under 18, but was not quite sure. Bloke can create space. He is gassy. So, untidy line out, but good counter ruck by Barossa. Might get this back here.
It looks like they have. That's why Sarah hitting that up.
So just sneaking over the 22. Wide ball to centre field.
To Terrence, out to Kicky.
3 on 1 here.
Drawing pass.
Great chase by Jeff O'Hearn. Reels him in. Driven back in the tackle, handed off.
He's holding his feet very well here.
Look at the balance of the man.
Very, very strong. David Wright leading.
On your nose one way there, fella.
That's
and a great
correct.
turnover there.
And it's a big pilfer. It's the issue with going on your own.
Big stick over the top, into the 22. Ball's going to run. 15 going back, being chased by Absalom. Ball
very
built
untidy. Very
pass.
untidy by the Rams. And
this is what we call scrambling Fijian footy.
That is correct. Sometimes it pays off, other times it's a bit of a hot mess like it was just then.
A hot mess is, I don't think it's actually all that warm out there, but hey, I reckon it's a bit of a mess, but let's go back for a scrum. Brighton attacking by the look of this.
David Wright getting himself isolated there. And that led to the turnover.
Quick on the ball. I think both sides are realising that you've actually got to get your players in for support, or else the jackal from both sides is going to be on it like hot flash.
Absolutely.
So awesome attacking opportunity here for Brighton, about 10 metres out. Solid platform. Aiden Flynn off the back, picks and goes. Met by a solid wall from Barossa.
Well met.
Quick recycle. Absalom off to Ryan Fisher, makes another couple of metres. Brighton bounce back in defence. Big Mikey's
holding him out.
Head and spin.
Almost
picking and going. Over. Looking for that line.
Desperate defence.
Short Glancy, just inching across the field. And try scored. Who's getting the pat on the back? Oh, it's Big Mikey. Hard man to stop from a half a metre out.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Body height, perfect for Big Mikey. I think his nose is flat as it is. He's still left a skid mark along the ground where he's buried as well across that line.
That was another very well worked try there by Brighton. They capitalised on the pressure they created.
Yep.
It all came from the turnover just down here off halfway.
It was a good kick chase that set it all about.
Exactly right.
So the boys got up, so up over the line after some very solid defence from the Rams. I think it was 6 or 7 phases.
There was a few phases in there.
6 or 7 phases, a metre out from the line, and no penalties given in it either. So their discipline was good.
It's been holding, which is a good sign for the Rams, and it looks like the Rams might be making a few substitutes as well.
And conversion successful, taking the score out to 25-7. Brighton over Barossa.
So it looks like we've got number 1 Jack McKenzie and number 3 Huey Jordan coming on for number 24 Dan Crosby. No changes just as yet.
No, we've had the restart, so
taking the restart.
Sent deep down to Fisher. Puts on a bit of footwork, steps through the first tackle, and gets
and that's a
jackled
great
again. In from the side. A referee Tristan Clements has said in from the side. So, although the jackal was good, just wasn't legal. So yeah, we've got 1 and 3 looking to come on from Barossa. Fresh legs in the second half.
I just say if you're playing this game, you wouldn't want to be coming off, no matter how gassed you are.
Oh,
it's always tough in a grand final. You want to be out there.
It is always tough. Both players looking to come on.
Yeah, so Jack McKenzie on for Dan Crosby, so 1 for 24, and Huey Jordan, number 3, coming on for
the big man, number 5.
And that is Mini Cody, I believe. And another penalty. Offside there at the line out.
Offside and line out.
The Rams are killing themselves with penalties here.
Unsure if Dave Wright quite agrees with that call by referee Tristan Clements, but Ryan Fisher punching it down.
And that's kept in.
Oh,
pick it up.
Well left.
And paying a knock on there by the Rams. It's well kept in, but bounce of the ball's just gone the wrong way for the Rams there.
Yep, it's a great volleyball move, keeping it in, but I think it might have gone forward from his attempts. So Brighton scrummage halfway between the 22 and try line, about 6 metres in.
And they've got another great opportunity here to capitalise on, once again, more territory and pressure.
I think, this ball will definitely be going open. The blindside's too short. Although Absalom would make a go of it.
It might do a cheeky inside to the wing off the 10.
Maybe. Or 8-9 inside. No, you're right. Cam Field running sideways again. Out to Elliot Booth. He's going to straighten. Look to go himself. Pop off the ground to Field. Oh, sniping tackle there by Barossa.
Excellent defence there by the back line.
Barossa's filing through. Sam Glancy inside ball to Ryan Fisher. Met well by another wall of Barossa players who get over the ball.
And that's holding on, it looks like.
Just Brighton's pace with the ball carriers just seem to be getting themselves in a bit of trouble there at securing on the recycle. And the Rams are making good use of getting their players over the ball. Quick release, and we've got 2 more players coming on, 16 and 21.
16 in Max Moritz and 21 in Bill, as we know him.
Bill?
Bill. And looks like Bill's come on for Moji, and I'm not sure who the other player is that's come off.
Yeah, number 9. Just walking off the far side, is it? No, orange boots. Well, messy ball there from the top of that line out. Travis Collier making a pest of himself. Untidy at the breakdown. Brighton over with Sam Glancy. Great work. Aidan Flynn, ball in hand.
Great run, great hit, and the ball's come loose.
Knocked straight down by that court. Well, we're going to have a knock on. So knock on in that tackle.
It's a very good hit.
We've got Judd Barrett coming on for Brighton in number 19. Unsure who he's replacing. Juddy Barrett on for Lee Hunter. Lee Hunter got through a mountain of work in that first half. Great hitter. Always solid player. So 19 for 5. So Barossa's come.
Yeah.
Centre field, just inside the 22, so they can exit out.
There's still a bit of time for them. There's about 14, 15 minutes to go. But they do have a bit of a hill to climb here if they...
My money's on they're going to run this. Yep.
Yeah.
So Scrappy again, ball off the ground, bouncing out quick. Oh, nice little chip over the top into space.
Kicked very nicely into space, and that's just run out into the far side of touch.
So that'll be up near the
Brighton
10 metre line into Brighton territory. Great exit there by Barossa.
To stay in this contest, the Rams need to score next.
They do need to score next, but we know that they can put on 3 quick tries in 3 minutes, though.
That's where these Fijian boys are very, very dangerous. Is you can have a lead of 18 at the moment, and then in the last 10 minutes you can be...
Yep, you can be behind.
A try down, so...
So Brighton bundled into touch, quickly taken by Barossa. Fresh legs stepping through the first tackle of Fisher. Quick recycles.
So Joe Crouch
looking for width.
Terrence.
Oh.
And that's taken a bit high there. Off to Cookie. To Save. Down the sideline and tackled out was Joel Hellman. Just a little bit of niggle down there. Nothing.
Bit of helter-skelter.
There's just some people saying hello to each other, I believe, down there.
I'll buy you a beer after, I think is what they're saying. So we'll be coming back here for a high tackle at least. So the boys are all milling in.
VAR stepped in, and I think another interchange coming on for the Rams.
Unsure what the hold-up is here, though, but...
Still can't quite tell what's going on down here. But I do believe it will still be a Rams penalty for the high shot. And I dare say this will just be a talking to.
Yeah, it was just Paul Moynihan just slid up in the tackle.
There was nothing in
that. He acknowledged it, soon
it
pulled out and apologised.
Nothing malicious in that.
No. So Brighton lining up on the 22 metre line. Rams going to tap and go, or are they going to go for a line out?
If it was me out there, I'd be kicking for the sideline and maybe going for a driving maul.
Yep, that's what we're going for. So short little chip kick, not much angle to play with there, and so puts it out just outside the 22.
I always say to the boys, as long as it goes out, that's all that matters.
Yep. We'll now start again and go from here. So Barossa line out.
4-man line out there. Well taken by Angus. It's another high shot there. taken off the back. Pick and go. Another pick and go there from the Rams. Here we go out to the back. Amori to Joe Crouch.
Crowd's appreciating a niggle between two players and a hug afterwards.
Here we go, it's a card.
John
like
Williams
seeing a card in the grand final.
For a high tackle.
Quick tap taken by Amori, the Rams halfback.
So Brighton down to 14 players.
And a big
Dave
run
Williams
there by David Wright.
Dave Wright trucking it up. Show and go for
Here we go.
much more.
The Rams seem to be over the line.
Oh.
It looks held up. They've given the try.
So good bit of pressure there from the Rams. Utilising the penalties.
Absolutely. They just had Brighton on the back foot there from the quick taps. So
Brighton have got to react quicker to those.
Absolutely.
When you got a team full of, well, a lot of Fijians, the quick plays are always on.
Absolutely they are.
So Kyle Wilson stays done. Johnny Bates on a number 18 for Brighton. And during that last penalty, there was another substitution for the Rams, number 20.
So that's Tim Kafisi that's come on for, looks like the halfback, Amori.
Who just scored? Did he just score that?
I think it was Bill, number 21, who scored that try for the Rams.
21. The other halfback.
The other, they're so versatile. And Joe Crouch there, slotting it through for the extras.
Russell after halfway. They want to get on with this game quickly. They've still got some points to score. So we're 25-14. Brighton over Barossa in the reserve grade final here at Bailey Reserve. 9 minutes on the clock.
The Rams need two very quick tries if there is any chance to come back in this. But
so if the crowd's got anything to do with it, the Rams are going to get up on this game in a heartbeat,
it sounds like it, doesn't it? The Rams can capitalise on this extra man as well. This game's definitely not over by any means. And there's a good run up there by Huey Jordan.
Short ball, little chip over the top.
Tim Kafisi off the back there, kicking for the winger. And he's kicked that out.
Punched that straight into touch. Well left by Ryan Fisher, so running the ball back.
And just be careful here with the quick line out. No, he's going to put it down. Brighton be looking to eat into as much of this 10-minute send-off as they can, just slowing the play down.
Yeah.
And
no need to rush it for the Brighton players.
No.
So we've got players going up everywhere. I don't think they can hear over the crowd either. So Teddy Edwards getting the ball in to Judd Barrett off the top. Collier sneaks it round the front. Quick pick and go by Barrett. Collier up to Sam Glancy, who takes a step and then into contact. Collier between the legs. Fisher up to Aidan Flynn. A no-look pass, but calls forward.
A bit of a floater, and he has definitely called that forward. And we've got two more substitutions coming on. Number 19 in Namani and 23 Shay Ewan. Might be coming on shortly in the next breakdown of play.
So we'll have a scrum set. Midway 22-10 metre line. Heading over towards the far side for a Barossa scrum. So solid platform here as required. Quick ball. Barossa places a 10. Barossa going back, but broken place. Little chip through, great ball.
And Tim Kafisi has cleaned that up very nicely. A bit scrappy there by the Rams, but it seems to have paid off for them.
So Zach Glancy around the bootlaces. Teddy Edwards over the top trying to strip the ball. Finally recycled.
Peter Muchamore holding that up for David Wright. Good yards there by the boys. Here we go, quick ball out to the left. Right, sorry.
Muchamore down holding a knee.
He's one of those players. He'll continue to go down, but he doesn't stay down. He'll play on one leg. You'll have to drag him off.
So ball lost forward there, but
the Rams have got a penalty here.
Clearing, taking the ball down to the 10-metre line.
Good touch finder there from Save. That's just on the 10-metre line.
So 3 replacements coming on.
So we've got Joel Hallman coming off for Shea Ewan and Joe Crouch making his way for Namani.
Sam Davison on for Sam Glancy for Brighton.
Sam for Sam.
Sam for Sam, yep.
And the Rams have lost that line-out throw. I think that's probably the first one against the throw there for the day.
And a knock on there by Sam Davison. So Barossa in a good opportunity here to attack. Halfway 22, 10-metre line.
And Josh Colley, it looks like, is coming on for Peter much more. Petey won't be too happy about that one.
What's he holding? A whole right-hand side of his body, probably.
Probably just completely numb.
Yeah.
He's had some big hits.
His shoulder looks a bit tented, doesn't it?
It does. So that's probably the fastest we've seen him move all day, to be honest.
Unless he had the ball.
Yeah.
He put in a quick few steps. He did all right. So scrummage.
It was a Rams ball.
Rams ball.
Off that line-out knock-on from Brighton.
What have we got? A 5-metre blindside. Doesn't mean it won't be exploited by the Rams. So Brighton still down to 14 players. Untidy, straight out the back
so
row.
Tim to the money. Good line there.
Great under line.
Another loose pass.
Through by a Hearn.
His loose passes are killing the Rams in crucial moments. Good hit up by Josh Colley. Just resetting that structure. Quick ball out
Players
the back.
on here. And lost ball forward.
He's playing advantage for a penalty. Rams are going to want to play quickly here. Dave Wright screaming to go for the line.
That may not find touch.
And that is made touch. Almost kept him there.
Absalom trying his best. So 15 metres out. Great attacking opportunity here for the Rams.
They need to capitalise. There's only a couple of minutes left in this game. And they need to score very quickly off this phase if they've got any chance here. Brighton will be desperate to hold them out. Hold on to this.
So 4-man line again.
11-point lead. Another 4-man line out. And going right to the back.
Sam Davison getting up, making a mess of that for them.
And
Teddy Edwards down on the ball.
And it's come back onto the Rams side. And Rams have recovered the ball. Be looking to set up a pod here. There's Jack McKenzie. Good strong run. Very good run. And he's
stripped in the tackle.
Stripped or he's built it.
Not releasing.
Not releasing.
Didn't see the arm come out, but Rams another great opportunity.
And we've got some a few more players wanting to say good day to each other down there.
Cam Field appealing for something. I have no idea what he's appealing for. So hitting the corner again.
Kicking for touch. And I reckon it might be a driving maul here.
No, it's still a 4-man again.
No. We'll see what the Rams can conjure up
Gonna
here.
go deep again. Quick off the top. Halfback looking to
got himself up to David Wright. It looks like he's been held up. Is he over the line?
He's short. The body's everywhere in this melee.
And short arm here.
So Brighton will need to get back and set themselves up.
And it's gone to a full arm penalty here. Slowing the ball down there from Brighton.
So Teddy Edwards been replaced. by Liam Hamilton.
And they've got numbers off to the left.
Arms out again from referee Clements. Ball sitting there waiting.
Rams are going to pick and go. And that's a try, it looks like.
Right on.
The Rams are going to act very quickly here. If they're of any chance of coming back.
They do.
That was just a try built off penalty pressure.
It was Brighton trying not to infringe.
Sarve's just gone for the quick conversion and has missed that off to the right. Rams looking to play on. They're going to have to...
So Dave Wright looks like he's in a world of pain there, carrying that left shoulder.
It probably would have been one of the many hits that he's taken today. That last one looked pretty damaging for him.
It was pretty brutal. So Brighton's slowing it down. So we're into, we're 70 minutes has clicked over on the clock. So
looks like we're into the red. And I think Brighton would be asking the question if this is last play or not.
I think they have. Unsure what the response from referee Tristan Clements was. So Camfield set to send it. Sends it out towards the touchline.
And they're taken cleanly by the Rams, and it's a great run there down the short side.
So ball in hand again,
and
attacking.
Jack McKenzie, well met in defence there by Brighton.
So 25-19 here in the final minutes of play here. Barossa probing anywhere they can.
Bill making some great yardage there. Tamani almost breaking the line there. Picked up from the back by Tim Kafisi. It looked like there was a little knock on there.
Not seen. Brighton have got a...
And Rams have got advantage here. Penalty kick won't do them much good at this stage. It's got to be a try.
7-pointer. Down by 6.
And a knock on there. Looks like they're playing the penalty advantage. So
and another yellow card.
And another yellow card.
So Brighton down to 13 players for the final.
What a finish. Very exciting game. As I said earlier, you don't like seeing cards in, I suppose, in any stage of competition, especially in the grand final.
So John Williams allowed back on for the final moments. Big Mikey's going to sit down for the last couple of minutes. So Brighton back up to 14 players. We've got a Rams line out.
Looks to be another full
42 metres out. Quick ball off the top.
Tim Kavisi going himself.
Shape to pass, but turn on the afterburners to go through. Quick ball again. Hands. Damn little chip through. Jeff O'Hearn will go down on it.
Which is
and send it into touch.
And another penalty advantage. The Rams need offside again. The Rams need to keep the ball in hand. These little kick-throughs, I believe, will not work for them at this stage of the game.
You can't win with the ball without the ball. So
exactly right.
So another Rams line out. Up close to the 22 now. Judd Barrett getting through and spoiling. Knock on into touch.
And another penalty for the Rams.
Another penalty for closing the gap.
I didn't quite see what that was for. Was that another
closing
offside?
The gap.
Closing the gap, there you go.
And we're going to go for another line out.
Another line out. Brighton are almost becoming their own worst enemy at the moment.
Yeah, I think they're rushing things. They just need to control themselves and play what's in front of them.
Yeah.
They don't have to give away penalties to win this game.
No, they're very eager just to get their hands on the ball and get it out.
Judd Barrett got up in front there and into touch. Final whistle, Brighton win 25-19.
That was a fantastic game.
What a huge game.
Well, spoiled at the end there by Brighton. Big congratulations to the Brighton Rugby Club for a great win.
It's been a long time for second grade since they've had a win. They've fought hard all year. There's a great bunch of blokes out there.
Yeah.
Some young up-and-cuppers and a few old heads out there.
Yeah.
Ian Bryce and Nick Dudley, the coaches, did really well this year.
Yeah.
Tried players, tried moves, dealt with the injuries that came their way, and well managed by Maxie Alford, always does a stellar job, and Kev Beckett scrapping and keeping all the boys together. So huge day for Brighton.
Yeah.
Missing out in the third grade, picking up a flag in the reserves, and now the main show to come with Burnside and Brighton in the Premier grade. So
That'll be another cracking game.
I reckon it will. Barossa, huge turn up this year. They've come on leaps and bounds, haven't they? They can be proud of every moment that they had out there today.
Absolutely. It's been a very successful season for the Rams senior sides this year. Both sides making finals.
Yep.
Both sides are coached by Mark Cooper and Nigel Peters, managed by Paul Brown, both sides.
Yep.
The strap, as you said, the strap is that they just work overtime all year
They
round.
don't know. It's, but yeah, they did. You can be only proud of their efforts today. They fought hard for the 75 minutes that they played for out there.
They did.
They kept Brighton honest. Well, they weren't too honest because the amount of penalties they gave away in the end, but they made Brighton work for their win.
Absolutely.
And 25-19 is a fantastic scoreline.
I believe so. I think that scoreline does reflect on how, as you said, how tough it was out there. And
Yep.
I think it was a fair reflection of probably how both teams played.
Yep.
So I think,
And for both sides scoring tries is what we turn up for anyway.
Absolutely.
We're here for fives, not threes. Let's not make it a kicking game, but yeah, great tries scored out there by both sides, and there'll be some sore boys.
There'll be some very sore
I'm
points.
thinking
from
about
both sides.
Tuesday after the beers wear off. Anyway, I'm Steph Redmond. Been talking all afternoon with Simo here. It's been a great day. Thanks for having us.